Hey guys, it's Felicity. Today I'm going to talk to you about the Susan G. Komen Foundation for Breast Cancer. Many of you know what that foundation is for, but for those who don't, they are a foundation that raises money for breast cancer research and possibly one day ending breast cancer altogether. What I'm trying to get you to do today is not only help support the Breast Cancer Foundation, mainly because you never know if anybody close to you would get it, and not only that, but educate yourself on how to detect it early enough to be able to protect yourself. Susan B. Komen started in 1982 with a promise made by her sister Nancy Brinker. Nancy Brinker told her sister as she was dying, quote, she would do everything in her power to end breast cancer forever. Today, Susan B. Komen has raised over $2 billion for research and also has created the largest breast cancer survivor group, reaching over 3 billion strong. Susan G. Komen helps women and men over the age of 40 to get early detection, and they also help them get the proper treatment that they need, which in turn has helped to bring down the mortality rate by 33% since 1990. And yes, I did also say men, because as rare as it is in men, men can get breast cancer as well. One out of 100,000 men are diagnosed with breast cancer every year, and 125 out of 100,000 women are diagnosed with breast cancer every year. Like I've said before, it is a lot rarer in men, as you can tell, but unfortunately, when men are diagnosed, they are found to be at a later stage because of not knowing the proper symptoms and, how to properly check themselves. I'm fairly sure it's a little different than, for women to check their breast for breast cancer. The cells in your body will separate. Some of them will grow, others will die, and then sometimes cells will grow and grow and grow out of control. These types of cells are known as tumors. Tumors can be benign, non-cancerous, or malignant. Those are the abnormal cells that are cancerous. Your best way to keep yourself safe and healthy is to make sure you get a yearly checkup, and have those checkups include mammograms. You also need to learn how to properly check yourself on a weekly basis for lumps in the lymph nodes and in the breast area. The reason I'm so into supporting this cause is my mother had breast cancer way before I was born, way before she adopted me. In 1976, she found a lump in her breast and went to the doctor 3 times to have it checked. Each time he told her that it was just scar tissue. In 1977, her mother, my grandmother, was diagnosed with breast cancer, and that very same day she went back to the doctor and told him to biopsy the mass. And it turns out that my mother's stubbornness and not willing to give up on herself saved her life in the end. She had her first mastectomy in October 1977, and the second one in April 1978. And now my mother has been a cancer survivor for over 35 years. My mother is a very inspiring person because of that story. And, if she wasn't as stubborn as she was, she wouldn't have been able to be my mom. So, yeah. My mother taught me at a very young age to support whatever I believe in at all times, even if I'm standing alone. Of course, I'm not standing alone in the fight against breast cancer, because although my mother has had no sign of breast cancer since 1978, she's still at risk of having it return, and, that would not be fun for me. So I make sure to take care of myself, and I make sure to remind her to take care of herself all the time. And I try my best to follow preventative procedures as I should, and as should you, to make sure that, like my mother, like you and I, taking these preventative procedures, we can all live a long, happy, and healthy life.